For years, Bum Phillips has lent his name and support to many charities in Texas and throughout the country. Now Bum and his wife Debbie have begun a charitable foundation of their own to help families with deaf children. The charity is Heart Sign, and the idea is to build a camp and teaching center on their 250-acre ranch in Goliad, creating a safe place for both the parents and the youngsters to grow.
Well, it's all started, I guess, when my grandfather told me always leave a job better than you found it. Well, I've had a job in football almost all my life, which is 85 years. And I got to looking around. We've done a lot of charity work here. I've done a lot of charity work over my whole time. And I'd never been around, really, I'd been around some deaf children, but I'd never really reacted and saw them react. We got interested in it and realized that we could probably leave the place better than we found it if we did something to help those children, because they're they're nothing wrong except they can't hear.
Family is at the heart of the project. Bum's daughter Kimann and her husband Mark recently moved to Goliad to concentrate on the project, leaving teaching positions at the Texas School for the Deaf. Mark's mother Jean was deaf herself. In fact, this picture appeared in Life magazine many years ago as she learned to make vowel sounds properly.
About 5 years ago, after my mom died, I had a dream, I guess it was, in the middle of the night, and it was a vision for a camp to help deaf kids and to be able to communicate. And I noticed that there's a lot of kids today that feel like they're kind of the only kid in America that has their own situation.
By bringing the families to the ranch in Goliad, kids will have the chance to experience country life. The plan is to help parents with American Sign Language, or ASL for short. 92% of deaf children grow up in families whose parents are not fluent in ASL, which often leads to communication problems.
I was part of a teacher-parent conference this year as a teacher at the deaf school in Austin. And the parent of one of my deaf students was expressing to me, she's hearing, and she was expressing to me how frustrated she was because she couldn't sign enough. And she said, my child has reached the age at middle school and that she needs her teachers more than she needs me. And that broke my heart, because she was letting me know that her level of signing as a parent was not equivalent to the signing level of her child anymore. So when it was time for mom to talk to her daughter about girl things that you need to talk about when you reach middle school, she couldn't have that conversation with her daughter. She had to have an interpreter do that for her, or she would just back off and leave that up to the teachers. And as a parent myself, a mother of 6, I can't imagine not being able to discuss things with my kids.
For Bum, the project is about leaving a legacy. Giving back is something he preached as a football coach and now lives as a Texas legend.
Number one, I'd like to see it started. I won't have enough time to finish it, but if I get it started, Debbie will finish it. I'd like to see a school, a place like maybe 3 or 4 buildings where you could have 25, 30 families come in at one time, so that you could really do a good job of teaching them to communicate better with their children. And I'd like to have a big enough place that anybody that needs that help, I'd like for it to be free to them, because people react better to something that's free than something they have to pay for. So I'd like for it to be free so that anybody can come, whether they got money or don't have money.
Being in the country, getting introduced to country life and the animals, that is, if you just take them to someplace in the city where they're doing more of what they always do, then it's not as much of a draw for the children or a relaxing place for the parents. So God blessed us with this beautiful ranch, and we just want to share it.
Building the camp and teaching center on the Phillips Ranch is going to take much needed funding. And Bum and Debbie believe, with the friends they've made over the years, they and others will step up and help.
Yeah, it's going to take a whole lot more money than I got, but I believe there's enough people in the country that if they can hear about it and learn about it and get interested in it, there's enough people in this country. This is the greatest country on earth about giving to things and helping other people. That's what America's all about. And I think that if I can get this before enough people, I can get it funded. There are grants already for different things, and you know, this is certainly a worthy cause, and it's something that I think makes sense. They don't have anything like it right now that I know of.